Hello there. Hey, what's going on? We are back. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. I might have did the LeBron James with that intro right there and stuffed up the lyrics while I was miming him. But yeah, who cares? Who cares? We continue. We move. We move. We are back with some more adventures of Mulder and Scully today. We are back watching some more X-Files. Man, am I loving this show at the moment. It is so good. It is absolutely some great television at the moment. It is so, like, it's so fun to watch. It's so fun to watch. And we make our way today, ladies and gents, to episode 22. We are in the final 3 episodes of season 3. We make our way, like I said, to episode 22 of season 3 of the X-Files for the very first time. This one is titled Quagmire. My name is Elie Moses, a 25-year-old law and film student here from Sydney, Australia, baby. Absolutely shooting his shot, and we are going to jump right into the world of the X-Files for this episode. We are going to have some fun with this thing. And as always, baby, let's absolutely freaking smash it. Let's go.
Frog populations are declining all over the globe, Dr. Faraday.
Hey,
No one
Daniel
knows why.
Faraday, lost.
Can't possibly place them all on the endangered species.
We could find a way if we're cute, furry little mammals we were talking about.
This guy looks like Bryan Cranston's
Study
brother.
remains inconclusive.
Well, don't forget that rule also applies to mankind.
Yeah, we'll cross that bridge
You
when we get
can't
to
turn your
it.
back on nature, or nature will turn her back on you.
I agree with you, Mr. Faraday. Oh, complete. Oh, could it be the fluke? The fluke making a return? Is it the fluke monster? Nah, that thing in the sewers, man. Uh-oh. Damn! Damn! Oh, bro. Where was Faraday at? Bro got the Quint treatment from Jaws. What's older than the hills? Georgia. Oh, I forgot his name again. Nature's calling.
You wake me up on a Saturday morning, tell me to be ready in 5 minutes. My mother is out of town. All of the dog sitters are booked, and you know how I feel about kennels. So unless you want to lose your security deposit on the car, I suggest you pull over.
Well, I think I'm lost anyway. I gotta stop and ask for directions.
I know I'm lost as to why you're so interested in this missing persons case. It's not jurisdiction that I'm questioning, Mulder.
Dr. Bailey's not the first person to go missing from Hubbleman's Lake recently. 2 weeks ago, a Boy Scout troop was out here fossil hunting. Their troop leader wandered off to relieve himself, and he hasn't been seen or heard from since.
Mysterious lake monster?
So you think that there's a serial killer at large?
Nah, lake monster, lake
The
monster.
operative word being large.
On a Saturday morning, man. Rainy day. Overcast. What's bigger than the
What are you
sky?
leaving out? Oh, tell me you're not serious.
Yeah. Yeah. Mulder having fun with this one.
In the sheriff's report, you were the last person to see Dr. Bailey alive.
That's what they tell me.
I understand you argued over an endangered species petition.
I forgot the dog's name again.
Closest he ever came to communing with nature was subscribing to National Geographic. I'd say that's accurate.
Are you aware of any indigenous species that's capable of attacking a human being?
Yes. Another human being.
Damn.
Aside from that, is there a creature that comes to
Has
mind?
anyone ever told you two you have a great problem coming to the point? Afternoon talk shows and tabloid TV. They've reduced our attention span to the length of a soundbite so that soon our ability to think will be as extinct as the Ranosphennocephala frog.
I'll take that rambling diatribe to mean that you don't believe in the existence of
I'm not even going to grace that statement with a reply.
a prehistoric animal living in a lake is not without precedent. Last August, they pulled a bull shark from Lake Onata in Massachusetts.
An anomaly, which proves nothing.
See Scully's eyes widen when he was
Serves
talking,
as
Faraday.
Fodder for pseudoscientists with nothing better to do than chase fairy tales. Excuse me.
Lake creatures have been reported for centuries in dozens of countries. From the monsters.
The
in
dog
Loch
just
Ness
strolling
to
around
the,
with Scully.
Lake Okanagan. Well, some very grown-up cryptozoologists believe that it could be an evolutionary throwback, possibly prehistoric.
An aquatic dinosaur.
A plesiosaur, actually. Though, admittedly, there's not a lot of hard evidence to back that up.
It's a mosasaur, man.
You know why? Because those creatures don't exist, Mulder. They're folk tales born out of some collective fear of the unknown.
Well, how many folk tales do you know that could eat a Boy Scout leader and a biologist?
Could be an alligator. Who knows, man? Hey, let me have fun with it. Let me have fun with the mysterious lake monster, man. Loch Ness monster, anything. Anything. Megalodon, please. It's still out there. Big Blue.
How can I help you folks?
Or it could be
We're
real.
looking for the Lakeview Cabins, Flicker Road.
Oh, you passed the turnoff a few miles back. It's pretty tough to find. Map might help.
Bro's making
They're
money.
$2.50 each plus Uncle Sam.
Damn.
Fine.
Bro's making money off the merchandise
If
for
you
Big
don't mind
Blue.
my saying, you folks don't look like you're here for the trout. Now, I'm not one for spreading rumors. The truth is, I've heard the story since I was a kid.
About Big Blue. What kind of stories?
I was 10 years old, fishing with my daddy.
Golly's like, you interrupted my weekend,
Big
man.
commotion. Clear across the lake.
That's quite a story.
That's just one.
Those stories must sell a lot of t-shirts.
Monetization, baby.
Well, man's got to survive.
What about you? You believe those stories?
It was his daddy's cow that got eaten.
Can you get these developed out tomorrow, Ted?
What if it's some big conspiracy from the town to get people to come here?
And these folks are with the FBI
And make money off the story.
Mystery how those people disappeared.
Unsolved mystery. Since when is it a mystery?
So you think Big Blue is responsible for what's been happening?
Don't you?
Look at Scully.
Have you ever actually seen it?
My Saturday.
Not directly? No.
My bleeping
But I need
Saturday.
to. One day, I'll be in the right place at the right time, and I will snap a shot of that monster.
I love the vibes this episode. I love the vibes. Mysterious lake monster. Overcast X-Files. Let's go. Scully's Saturday being interrupted. Now you're telling me Big Blue went for that worm. Or might have just got hooked. Oh, he hooked the body. Oh.
Now, if you hit Stryker's Cove, you've gone too far.
I wonder what location they filmed this in. It looks great. Ah, Scully got her hair wet. My Saturday. Bro, he was half eaten. Damn.
It's Scott Woosley, the Boy Scout troop leader.
No, most drowning victims are found with high levels of alcohol in their blood and their flies unzipped. While urinating over the sides of boats, docks, or whatever, they lose their balance, fall in, and drown.
Still doesn't explain why half of them is still missing. Looks to me like something took a big bite.
That looks like a big bite.
What do you mean?
Well, fish eat decomposing matter. Any body that's been suspended in this environment for a period of time is going to become a food source. We eat fish, and fish eat us.
Are fish also known for eating half and saving half for later?
Hey, it could be another bull shark, man. Like Mulder said, that was found in the other lake. I don't know if they have the budget to pull off a big ass lake monster, but it's gonna be interesting to see how they do it. The Legend of Big Blue. Now, I have heard the name Big Blue before, and it is a reference to, I think, the biggest great white shark found on record. And Big Blue is still out there. I can't remember how big it was. I think it's like close to 10 meters. Like, it is massive. Like, if you search up Big Blue, it is a great white shark they've nicknamed. And you can see videos or like photos of divers swimming with Big Blue while she was pregnant. I think that's Big Blue. So yeah, I don't know. I love sea creatures, man. Why bro got those type of shoe coverings on? Like, uh oh, the creature from Lord of the Rings is here. The sea monster from Lord of the Rings. You better get in the minds of Moria, bro. Come on. How's he stuck? Yo, it low-key might be the fluke monster with the way that thing moving. Yo, we got bodies on bodies. Does it leave any trace to creature as well? Let's see.
I recognize his hat.
Hey, Quag.
Ah, Queequeg. Okay. Queequeg. That's the dog's name. Queequeg.
Why don't you go check the woods?
Quick, Quag. Quick, Quag, come back here.
Queequeg!
Quick, Quag.
Yo, if they Pippin Queequeg this episode, that's insane. Do you reckon they'll really Pippin Queequeg?
Mulder? Sheriff, come take a look at this.
What you got?
There's your lake monster, Mulder.
That's what it looks like.
It's all a hoax.
I'll be damned. It seems like.
The skin's got these hallucinogenic properties.
I love the setting of this episode. I love it.
It's really spiritual.
This fishing lake, this little town.
I don't know.
Is she from another episode? Are these guys from another episode? No.
Noise and perception. I'll get you another one.
Bro, so high.
Get down to Lauderdale.
They are so baked. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I love the atmosphere of this episode. I love it. Monster of the Week type episode involving a sea creature. Oh! Hey, I love it. I love it. It could be a bull shark. Like, who knows? Bro, this is a vibe. No, I was about, this is a vibe. Just seeing a severed head being devoured. It's a vibe. Nah, I love this episode, man. I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for like shark movies. Like ever since I was a kid. Like Jaws and Finding Nemo, one of the first like films I watched as a kid and can remember as a kid. Like hence they're one of my favorite films of all time. But I'm a sucker for shark films or anything involving a sea creature, prehistoric sea creature, anything. I'm just a sucker for anything with the water and the ocean, you know, old legends, stuff like that. Anything, like Moby Dick, anything. I've read the Moby Dick book, like anything involving enormous sea creatures or mysterious sea creatures that, you know, are legends that come to existence, like anything like that. I'm a sucker for it. So that's why when I posed the question earlier this season as to, you know, if you guys had to write an X-Files episode, what episode would you do? Like without going into spoilers, like which episode would you like what type of episode would you write? You know, would you do a mythology episode? Would you do a monster of the week episode? Would it be like a paranormal episode? You know, it could be a hell money episode, you know, something that's like really not an X-File, grounded in reality, something that's happening in the human world. And you know, what premise would you do? And I, you know, talked about, incorporating a real life, you know, sound, the bloop, and you know, that turning out to be Cthulhu, and Mulder sees like a glimpse of it or something along the lines of that. And this episode, I'm not gonna say it. Come on, man, this is a vibe. I love the atmosphere. I love the location. I love some of the wide shots we are getting of the location. You know, you got the fog, you got the mist. It seems like it's like the early hours of the morning. You know, the overcast weather. Everything about it is just great.
I got Zip out, free bird and moon unit over there. No telling what they've been smoking. What's it looking like?
Well, it's hard to tell without an autopsy, but it looks like propeller damage from a motorboat.
This is a designated.
There was not a boat in
20
sight.
feet from shore and twice in one day?
Yo, this thing is hungry. It's 4th of July out here, man. Jaws style. And they're not, in true Jaws fashion, they're not showing the monster using the various techniques, you know, POV camera movement. Bro's dedicated his entire life to this. Just like the barrels in Jaws. No! Take the cap off. Damn. All right, we're gonna get some mad photo shots here. Yeah. What did he take before he disappeared?
This role's been exposed. You get
I'm not at all convinced we're dealing with an aquatic menace.
Aquatic.
He's right, Mulder. There's 2 sets of remains we found.
Swim, Charlie, swim. Swim, Charlie.
Are you okay, Sheriff?
Bro, the thing's just toying with him now.
Something brushed up against me, I think. Something. Close the leg.
Close the leg, I was about to say.
I want you to call the state police and the wildlife fishing game. You tell them we got an emergency situation.
Looks like
Red.
Ansel took these during the attack.
Having a field day with that donut.
I just wish that he gave us something more.
I swear the camera was pointed down.
Oh,
Oh.
look at this. Could this be a tooth?
Yeah, it could be a lot of things, Mulder. 15 years of fruitless hunting, and the only thing the guy comes up with is a blurry picture of the monster's tooth?
That's crazy.
Thousands of pictures here, Scully. It's got to be some visual.
Hey, I got a little tooth here in my drawer. I got this at a biology excursion during high school. The guy who was leading like the excursion gave it to me. It's a megalodon tooth. Hey, yeah, it's a megalodon tooth. I don't know if it's. I thought they were meant to be bigger than this megalodon teeth. It's still pretty big. Like imagine this like chomping down on you. I think it might be a baby megalodon because the megalodon teeth I've seen when you search them up on Google and stuff, they're like 12, 13 centimeters, I think, but it's still pretty cool. It's still pretty cool. I know. A little quick, you know,
Evidence somewhere.
a little quick detour right there in the reaction, but who cares? I think it's just to say how happy I am with this episode so far.
Mulder, these are just a bunch of poorly composed tourist shots. There's
Mulder's so invested in it. I love it.
a tooth?
Hey, what's up with Queepeg, man?
I'm taking Queequeg for a walk.
Oh, Queequeg. Yo, they are really gonna Pippin Queequeg. Watch.
I'll be fine.
Watch. Queequeg is gonna get Pippined. If you know, you know. Watch. Watch.
Come on, Mulder.
All right, I'll see you in the morning.
Good night, Moldrake. Bro, they're gonna kill off the dog. Watch. X-Files has like no remorse. Like they don't care, man. If the kids can get it, the dogs are gonna get it. The Dojas.
Queequeg, we're not going to go into the woods. Come on, do your business. I thought you had to go. Queequeg, what is it?
This is the first time we're seeing Scully interact with Queequeg outside of the Clyde Bruckman episode and
Queequeg, where are you going?
and the episode involving the cockroaches.
Queequeg! Queequeg!
Pippin!
Queequeg!
Oh no. Oh no. No, I told you. They're actually gonna kill Queequeg. I told you. And they're using the Dutch angle here on Scully. They actually killed Queequeg. I told you they're gonna Pippin Queequeg. And trust Gillian Anderson to pull off the most, like, the greatest expression ever. The greatest facial expression of all time right there with the close-up shot.
Sorry about Queequeg.
Queequeg. Clyde Bruckman's parting gift.
You know, I think I've learned something from these photos.
Mulder.
They're not pictures of the lake monster, they're pictures of the lake. Locations where the creature's been sighted over the past several years. Look at this.
Bro, she's
5
distraught.
years ago. All the sightings occurred in the center of the lake.
After you said I'm sorry?
And you should have left the dog in the
Drive a
kennel.
boat.
You really expect to find this thing, don't you, Mulder?
You want to head right here.
I'll take that as a yes.
I know the difference between expectation and hope. Seek and ye shall find, Scully.
You know, on the old mariners' maps, the cartographers would designate uncharted territories by writing "Here be monsters."
I got a map of New York City just like that.
Man, New York City catching strays.
There ain't no gas.
We haven't had an episode in New York, have we, for the X-Files?
What is that?
Or am I tripping? No, we haven't had one in New York City, have we? That would be quite an
What is
episode.
that, Mulder?
Maybe monsters, Scully.
It
EB
looks like it's coming
monsters.
straight at us.
Yep, that's what it looks like.
I love the Jaws references, man. Seeking the monster at night. Oh, even the boat hole being smashed. Yeah, man. This is my type of episode. We haven't even seen what the monster looks like so far. Not even a glimpse of Big Blue. Okay, they stranded in the middle of the lake. How are they going to get out of this one? Oh.
There goes our $500 deposit.
They shredded on a rock in the middle of the lake?
In which direction?
Gotta love the atmosphere. Yo, Big Blue can have a field day with them. They sit in ducks.
You're living in the city, you forget that night is actually so dark.
It's not until you get back to nature until you realize that everything is out to get you. As my father always taught me to. Respect nature.
100%.
Because it has no respect for you.
At least they packing. At least they packing. Packing some firepower. Did they see something?
That was him, Scully.
Him?
That was Big Blue.
So what if it was?
He killed Queequeg, man!
What are we doing here?
What are we doing here?
What are you hoping to accomplish? For?
You're a scientist. Why do you ask that question? I mean, it would be a miraculous discovery. It could revolutionize evolutionary biological thinking.
Is that really the reason why? You know when you showed me those pictures that the photographer took? You want to know what I really saw in them?
The tooth?
No, you. That man is your future.
Damn.
Listening only to himself, hoping to catch a glimpse of the truth for who knows what reason.
Well, I did read in his journals that he was hoping to live off the copyright fees from a genuine Big Blue photo.
Well, as dumb as it sounds, at least it's a legitimate reason.
You don't think my reasons are legitimate?
Well, just sometimes I just can't figure them out.
Trust this conversation to be had now. I mean, he did interrupt her Saturday to come here, man. This could have been a Mulder adventure. The Mighty Ducks! Scully.
I'm still tempted to fire.
Why? She just nudged him. Did you see that?
Scully, do you think you could ever cannibalize someone? I mean, if you really had to.
Well, as much as the very idea is abhorrent to me, I suppose under certain conditions, a living entity is practically conditioned to perform whatever extreme measures are necessary to ensure its survival. I suppose I'm no different.
You've lost some weight recently, haven't you?
Yeah, actually, I have.
But it is amazing what some animals will do to guarantee the continuation of the species. I mean, a creature one of this size must have adapted its behavior over the years to minimize its chances of being seen by its only predator, us. This coming closer to shore for its prey must be an act of desperation on its part.
Poor Queequeg.
Queequeg! Bro, Queequeg got devoured.
It was the name of the harpoonist in Moby Dick. My father used to read to me from Moby Dick when I was a little girl. I called him Ahab, and he called me Starbuck. So I named my dog Queequeg.
I forgot.
I just realized something.
Is that true? I've read Moby Dick but once. It was a long time ago.
No. How much you're like Ahab.
Chasing myths?
consumed by your personal vengeance against life, whether it be its inherent cruelties or its mysteries, that everything takes on a warped significance to fit your megalomaniacal cosmology.
Scully, are you coming on to me?
The truth or a white whale, what difference does it make? I mean, both obsessions are impossible to capture, and trying to do so will only leave you dead along with everyone else you bring with you. You know, Mulder, you are Ahab.
You know, it's interesting you should say that because I've always wanted a peg leg. It's a boyhood thing I never grew out of. No, not being flippant. I mean, I've given this a lot of thought. If you have a peg leg or hooks for hands, you know, maybe it's enough to simply carry on living, you know, bravely facing life with your disability. It's heroic just to survive, but without these things, you're actually expected to make something of your life, achieve something, earn a raise, wear a necktie. So if anything, I'm actually the antithesis of Ahab because if I did have a peg leg, I'd quite possibly be more happy and more content, and not feel the need to chase after these creatures of the unknown.
And that's not flippant?
No, no.
I love
Flippant
this conversation.
is my favorite line from Moby Dick. Hell is an idea first born on an undigested apple dumpling. Yeah.
Yo, that she rehearsed already, bro. Hey, Ray, you almost forget there's a dangerous big blue ass sea creature out there as they're having this conversation on the floating rock. Like, it's great stuff. I feel like this is the most sort of, I don't know, intimate, but like I feel like this is like one of the most personal conversations they've had in a while. Them just being stranded here. I mean, there's not much to talk about, but like, yeah, they're not talking about the case, they're not talking about the bodies, the existence of this sea creature, or like sort of the thought of this sea creature led to this conversation here. I mean, like I said, Scully is bringing this up because I feel like her Saturday was interrupted. Queequeg didn't need to die because of this, and a random Saturday chasing a myth of this mysterious lake monster. Mulder could have done this alone, and we could have had like the war of the Cophagus situation where Scully could have been at home calling him and stuff like that. And maybe she didn't even need to rock up. But yeah, it's quite interesting they're doing this. I mean, what does Skinner think of this?
What was that?
I don't know, but it ain't no duck.
Uh-oh. Bro, the various techniques used to, you know...
Thought I heard voices. What are you two doing out here?
Dr. Faraday?
What the fudge are
I'm
you
not
doing out here?
interrupting anything.
No.
My guy walking on
we had
water?
some trouble with our boat.
Actually, it sank.
How'd that happen?
It was my fault.
Oh, is he
We'd been out
walking?
here all night if you hadn't answered our distress call.
Oh, I didn't. I was walking by. I heard you talking.
They thought
Walking
they were
by?
stranded.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's at like
the
ankle height.
shore is just a stone's throw from here.
He's at ankle height.
Come on. I'll take you back.
They had the most personal conversation they've had in a while. Talking about their entire work. Chasing truths. And they were like 10 meters away from shore. Could have just walked at ankle height. Oh, you gotta love that.
Just out of fuel.
What exactly is it that you're doing out here, Dr. Faraday? It's well after midnight.
The frogs.
Night is Ranus phennocephalus' most active period, and this is its primary breeding ground. Beautiful jelly clusters.
Maybe Big Blue.
Now, one must turn over many a leaf in order to find potential offspring.
Maybe Big Blue
that?
coming closer to the
Adult
shore
frogs.
scared the
I've been
frogs.
breeding them in captivity and releasing them into the wild.
This is Striker's Cove?
The frogs.
I beg your pardon?
The unexplained depletion of frogs
Yes!
originates from this cove. It's the food chain. So if an aquatic dinosaur's diet consisted primarily of frogs, then if those frogs suddenly became scarce, it would have to turn to an alternative food source.
Humans.
Agent Mulder, you are taking my legitimate research and basic biological principles and stretching them both way out of proportion.
Adapting
in an
to
effort
its
give
environment.
Some kind of validity to an entirely ludicrous theory. I've been conducting research here for 3 years.
I'm talking about a prehistoric animal that's gone unnoticed for virtually thousands of years. It knows how to do anything. It knows how to hide. They say the Loch Ness Monster doesn't even live in the water, that it lives in the surrounding cliffs. Maybe Big Blue
That's
has an
crazy.
inland habitat somewhere in the rocks or in this dense forest here.
I have no time for these absurdities.
Bro, Big Blue has had so much. He has so much aura.
I have some amphibians to release.
Just the thought of it, man.
Well, Captain, what now?
Scully, Agent Mulder. There's been another death.
Oh my gosh.
And this time it does appear to be some kind of animal attack. Bit a fisherman's arm clean off. Attack, and I'm not going to move now. If you want to waste your time conducting a search of these woods, you go right ahead. I got
Great.
me a lake monster to catch.
At least send a couple units down here.
Sheriff, Agent Mulder and I would appreciate it if you could spare us 2 or 3 of your men to assist us here.
Thank you.
All right, I'll send them on back.
What was that?
That's Faraday, bro. Faraday copped it.
Dr. Faraday.
It's adapted to go on land a little bit. To get its food. Evolution.
They threw me back and forth. Then I just let go.
Give me your belt.
Right, it's been... Oh, we only got 4 minutes left. And we still haven't seen a glimpse of this thing.
To a hospital, he's losing blood.
Where'd it go? See it. I didn't see it.
It's just been
I got it.
bodies,
We went through those reeds.
POV camera movements,
You take care.
splashing water, donuts,
Mulder!
guys being dragged in the lake. No, Scully, go with him, man. I need you to see it as well. I need you to see it as well. I swear, if Mulder just sees this thing by himself, that's exactly the premise I said earlier in the season. Like the water type episode I wanted with like Cthulhu. But Scully will be there with him. Don't worry. Just Mulder's really gonna see this thing by himself. I'll just fire a shot in the sky and make the thing make the first move. What if the thing that's devouring people in the lake is like what Mulder said at the beginning of the episode, a bull shark? Those things are ruthless, man. Is this thing invisible? What are you firing at? The predator? Oh my gosh.
Alligator.
I did say at the beginning of the episode it could be an alligator. But an alligator devouring people like that in half? 7 heads? Surely. I know they're ruthless, but like, yeah, fair enough.
How's Dr. Faraday?
He'll be fine.
That's a big ass alligator, bro.
I'm fine.
Well, you slew the big white whale, Ahab.
Yeah, but I still don't have that peg leg.
How can you be disappointed? That alligator would have gone through the local population if you hadn't killed him.
I know.
Hey,
I guess I just want a Big Blue to be real.
I think Big Blue's still out there.
I guess I see hope in such a possibility.
We cling on.
Still hope.
We
That's
cling
why
on
these
to those
missing
myths and
stories
legends,
are
yeah?
true.
Yeah.
People want to believe.
Exactly. It's the whole... Like, this episode's been like sort of like a metaphor, like sort of like an underlining message for the entire show about wanting to believe about these, you know, myths and fairy tales, and those myths and fairy tales being real. And of course, we get the shot of Mulder looking out into the lake. And maybe Big Blue will just peek its head at the end. Come on, come on. Ah! That's what we like to see! That's what we like to see! That thing looking like a... That thing looking like a swimming Brachiosaurus right there, bro. Bro, that's what we like to see! The extreme wide long shot, obviously hiding the visual effects as well by having it at night. I wanna rewatch that shot. That thing, listen, Mulder's right. Like, you want to believe, but you're never going to catch that thing. Mulder said it in the episode. This thing has, you know, this thing has avoided human eyes for thousands of years. Thousands of years. And it's adapted to not be seen. I just want to see that shot again, man. That was fantastic. Look at that extreme wide long shot of the lake and the way it's lit as well. The right-hand side of the frame with the moon lighting up that part. And then obviously, I think the cliffs or the mountain range blocking the left. And then you just see You just see it poking out in the distance. Big Blue, baby. He's out there. She's out there. Who knows? Oh, that was a great episode. That was that was so good. We only got to see the actual creature for about a second, and this episode had you in a chokehold the entire time. It's just, yeah, you get lost. Like, that inner child of me came out this episode, of me being lost in the myth of, the Big Blue. Now, I have got lost in those type of internet videos before about, a prehistoric creature still existing, such as the Megalodon. I'll go on YouTube videos watching this footage, watching these accounts, these stories. And that was this type of episode right there. You want to believe, you want to cling on to that hope of the myths and fairy tales, man, that you've heard since you were a kid, or like, the possibility of such a magnificent thing existing. And deep down, like, it's just like, nah, it doesn't. But, we're watching X-Files. The world of the X-Files is different. And I love it, man. Big Blue's still out there. And that's, some mysteries are best left unsolved. Big Blue's going to continue to go on a killing spree. And maybe Mulder and Scully will come back to it. Maybe, word will reach Mulder. Yo, there's still missing persons. And maybe he will go out in Big Blue again. That would be interesting. That would be interesting if they have a callback to it. I don't think they will. Because I think the message was delivered at the end right there. And, throughout the episode, having Mulder or Scully reference Mulder, being Captain Ahab, that like sort of vengeance, that chase for vengeance, the hunt for vengeance. Yeah, I loved it, man. I loved it. That was so good. But yeah, using this Monster of the Week type episode with a fantastic atmosphere to deliver like the underlying message of the X-Files, those myths, those legends, those stories, whatever it would be. It could be a monster, it could be a UFO, but you wanting to cling on to that hope, to believe, to find that proof, to be the one to capture it on video. And this guy's been, trying to, you had it in the episode, a guy trying to capture it on footage for 15 years, and couldn't. And even in the episode, 2 episodes ago, with Clive Chung's, the Clive Chung episode, they even spoofed it in terms of like the guy recording the alien autopsy being right there, and then obviously it being a human in a costume. But yeah, like having the camera and capturing that moment, that's what's eluded us the entire series thus far. Scully and Mulder haven't been able to have that nail on proof, capture that footage, or see it in person. They came close, to that 1013 bunker, but it's just not quite there. And it's always nearly moments in the X-Files, man. That was a great episode. That was one of my favorites of the season. That was the atmosphere, the aura of Big Blue. Had you in a chokehold the entire episode. The various techniques. I was saying throughout, like, it being an alligator was similar to like my bull shark sort of thing, in terms of like, it could be a bull shark. Like Mulder said, there was a bull shark pulled in that lake. Earlier in the episode, it could be just a bull shark doing this this entire time. And it was an alligator. Maybe the alligator was responsible for some of the deaths. Maybe it was Big Blue. But yeah, it was great stuff. That was a great episode. That might be one of my favorite Monster of the Weeks thus far, and we only got to see the monster for like half a second. That's how much this episode had you in a chokehold, man. That was great. I hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. It's been your boy Elie Moses. Take care. God bless. Peace.